Welcome back, everyone, to Final Fantasy XIV. We are here at the Wicking Sands, and we're about to go across a mission to find out what happened to the Sultanate. Our target is Muriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting, a woman of Midlander heritage. I am told the two of you have met. Our sources indicate that she left the palace shortly after the incident and quietly rejoined the dwindling population of the Silver Bazaar. I suggest we begin by questioning the market's residents and confirm that Muriel is still in hiding there. I don't quite remember where the Silver Bazaar would be. Might be, actually, yeah, it might be Western Thonalon here. Like in the southwestern corner, if I believe correctly. Gonna say hello. Ooh, that was a bit of a frame rate drop. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at our map here. Yep, it is in this section, actually. I don't believe we have an easy way of getting there, though. Pretty sure we're gonna have to go all the way there via Griffin. So I think I only have one Aetheryte in Western Thonalon, and that's the spot right up here. I just got done playing, like, I don't know, several hours of Elder Scrolls Online not too long ago. And so it's a bit refreshing to be back here. I've kind of been going back and forth between this game and ESO for a bit. Probably gonna have to throw in a bit more Eldeven and Warframe in there. Those are basically the four I've been paying attention to the most. I should get back on Guild Wars 2 after like 4 years of not having a video of it, but I don't know. I felt kind of bad because there's people waiting for me, I think, to get through this game a bit more. Like, I think everybody I know on this game is at least at Stormblood, as far as progress goes. And me recording this has it being, makes it a bit more slower for me to play, because usually, with the weather how it is here, and with this microphone picks up everything, and it still kind of picks up everything, even now. It literally picks up the sound of my computer, like, struggling to breathe, basically, even though I clean it out, and, I'm pretty sure it would pick up the fans if I had it running in here during it, so I have to wait until, basically, it becomes nighttime, and then I can have the fans off, and it'll be okay. Eventually, we'll get to the point where it's, like, actually cool here in, like, December, January, February, where it might not be so much of a problem, but, Florida weather, it's pretty, warm almost all year round. Those 3 months in particular are probably the only ones that are decent, so... Okay, we're here finally. Do I know of any returning residents? Gods, don't tell me they're starting to come back. My masters will not be pleased to hear this. Greetings, Zarin. What can I do for the Silver Bazaar's favorite adventurer? Lucky for Mary, you say. If you're hoping to lure her back to Udal, you may as well give up now. The girl's done with city life. There's one more out this way, it looks like. Oh yeah, I put the Goring Blade, Okay, so here's the thing. I thought the Goring Blade was a specific, like, upgrade to Rage of Halon, and what I've been told, I'm supposed to actually use these in combination of each other, so it's kind of a weird setup now, where it's like, Yeah, I think I might... The Vil actually probably isn't that great, to be honest, so I'm probably going to put Provoke off of there. And I'm going to... Yeah, see, this is kind of hard, because now it's going to mess up my entire, like, setup here, for sure. Yeah, I assume it's supposed to be like this, I imagine, so... I'm gonna have to get used to having all my AoEs on 5 and 6 now. And Spirits Within on 7, so I have to reteach myself my keyboard again. Mariel, she's here, left the city for good, she says. Rarely leaves her house, though. It's the one closest to the market entrance. One closest to the market entrance. So it would be this one then, I assume. That's the entrance right over there. Ah, yep, here we go.
You are Mariel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting?
I know no one of that name. Pray excuse me. General Alden.
We will have the truth from you, girl.
Mayhap it would be better coming from me.
Lonorito, you'd best talk fast.
As you know, Teleji Adeleji's Cartano reclamation bill was no more than a facade. A means to get his grubby little hands on that Allagan monstrosity Omega. When he learned of Nanamo's intention to abdicate, however, he was forced to amend his plans. Suddenly, assassination seemed the most promising way to further his ambitions. I am told Teleji had discovered a maid in whose veins ran the blood of House Thorn. A new, more pliable puppet to sit the throne. 'Twould have caused an uproar, of course, but few could have contested her claim. 'Twas plain that Teleji's wild machinations had outgrown our ability to control them. So I decided to usurp his scheme and left the fool to seal his own demise.
And what of Nanamo?
Oh, I have no desire to harm her grace. 'Twould profit me little to destabilize our government. Thus did I employ young Mariel here to administer a potent sleeping potion in place of a poison. You should know, General, that your dear friend Ilberd was fully aware of my plan. I had him lie about the assassination as a means to prime your rage against Teleji. We weren't entirely sure how you would react, but things went rather better than expected.
You conniving little worm! You had your claws in the Crystal Braves before their first recruit had sworn to serve!
But of course, when a new game begins, 'tis only prudent to have a piece on the board. Ilberd was mine. Truth be told, a significant proportion of the Braves' initial endowment was also mine. With such large sums moving about, 'twas a rather trifling matter to disguise my own contribution. Ah, Ilberd. I secured his services with a promise to support his cause once my authority had been solidified. I swear, the man thinks of naught but prizing Alamigo from the grasp of the Empire. Unlike you, General, the poor fellow seems quite unable to forsake the land of his forefathers. Mayhap that's why he called you a traitor to your people and a disgrace to your homeland, amongst other things. What was it he always compared you to? Oh, yes, an overgrown lapdog begging for scraps at the Sultana's table. Oh, how we laughed. Alas, Ilberd's entertaining little outbursts eventually gave way to wearisome tirades, and the zealous brute became rather unruly. I had no wish to see you executed, you understand, but he would not take no for an answer. Rest assured, his employment with me has long since ended. Which brings us neatly to the present. What say you, General? Both you and the Sultana are alive. We have one corpse and one fugitive, and preparations have been made to restore your good name. Shall we cry quits and start again with a blank ledger?
The hells we will! Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent. Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Teleji Adeleji without trial? Though you acted out of loyalty to the Sultana, such deeds are in violation of both the word and spirit of the law. If you would, Lord Lolorito?
This potion will wake the Sultana from her slumber. Consider it a gesture of conciliation. You will find her grace resting comfortably within her private chambers. Should you doubt my word, I shall willingly accompany you to the palace as your hostage.
I like not your motives, Lolorito. But you saved the Sultana's life, and for that, you have my gratitude.
Rauban Aldin, you are hereby reinstated as General of the Immortal Flames. The citizens of Ul'dah shall once more be united under Nanamo Ul'Namo, and together we shall usher in a new age of prosperity.
Does that mean we'll be seeing the rest of the Scions of Seventh Dawn soon? Because I had assumed they had been captured after they had gone missing, so... By the 12, I feared Lord Lirito's arrival would herald another bloodbath. Then I suspect that he of all people would gift us the means to arouse the Sultana. Shall we also make our way to Udal? I should imagine Bartholomew has been instructed to admit us. Oh, angel wings. That's neat. I don't know if that's something new, because I've never seen those before. Crystal Brave? Guess I got nothing to say. Someone's supposed to be here, I assume. Flame General Reborn mentioned you might be coming. Please this way if you will.
I was having the longest dream.
Tis time to wake up, Your Grace. Another day begins in Thanalan, and the sun blazes bright upon the sands. Her Grace is awoken. The palace physician assures me she's none the worse for her slumber. I believe Her Grace will soon resume her plans to place the government of Uldar into the hands of its citizens. Whatever path she chooses to take, I shall walk it with her. And we shall tread slowly, lest the nation be unsettled in our wake.
Her Grace's compassion is a shining beacon to us all. But what our city truly thrives upon is competition. 'Tis in the struggle against our rivals that opportunities are seized and fortunes made. And with the Empire on the offensive once more, now would hardly seem the time to turn our system of government upon its head.
Are you privy to new intelligence, my lord?
I would hardly call it new. Remind me, what was the name of that enormous Imperial warship which met its end in Mordona? Oh, wait, I have it. The Agrias. Yes, well, 'twould appear that the Garleans have been hard at work on another such vessel.
How close are they to completing this ship? Is it operational?
Its maiden flight was a success, I hear. I should imagine Emperor Varys is eager to see how it performs in battle. My lords and ladies, I move that it is time to repair the damage caused by Teleji Adeleji and prepare our great nation to repel the Empire once more.
"'Tis well that the Sultana has awoken. The Syndicate yet needs to put its house in order, but 'twould seem the worst of the confusion has passed. Uldar has taken control of its future, and I must do the same. I have decided to disband the Crystal Braves. Among the recruits, there were those who supported our Order's goals and convictions with all sincerity. 'Tis my hope that these loyal men and women will choose to remain our allies in the battles to come. As for those who sided with the traitor, Ilberd, they shall be hunted down and held to account for their crimes. It is my earnest hope that they will surrender themselves peaceably when the time comes, though I think it unlikely. My all-conquering Crystal Braves. The model army meant to pave the way for a single unified Grand Company of Eorzea. That so high an ideal should be brought so low. I need not tell you how deeply the betrayal stung me. Yet I see now that it was mine own naivety and pride which allowed the Braves to fall prey to corruption. As ever, it is to your own shining example that I turn for inspiration. Like you, I mean to stand firm in the face of hardship and give mine all for the cause. Let us resume this search for our missing comrades, that we might come together to shine the light of dawn across the realm once more. The role of Crystal Brave Commander suited me ill, and I shall play it no longer. Henceforth, I shall be no more or less than Alphino, proud member of the Scions.
Alrighty. Let's just speak thus of mine inner turmoil. The fact remains, there's no woman alive in whom I'd rather confide. Were not for your shining example, I might have never emerged from beneath the pale of my despair. Still no word from Master Garland. I hope this Manicutter of theirs is near completion. I'm sure that Her Grace will make a full recovery. Aye, and Udall too shall flourish once more. General Bond and his colleagues have matters well in hand, I believe. Lady Ugiri, a question if I may. I believe your people may have been keeping a close watch on the Crystal Braves. Might you know how things stand with the Racing Stones? Ah yes, of course. You'll be pleased to know the 3rd Unit Braves abandoned Reverend's Toll when they learned of Captain Ilbird's defeat. The only blue uniforms to be seen there are those worn by soldiers loyal to you, Master Elfnod. To me, I see. I'm grateful to hear that at least some of our members were true to their oaths. Alright, we return to Ishgard. I must go to the Rising Stones and thank these stalwarts for their service. It shall be my final act as Crystal Brave Commander. Will you join me, Naren? You were there at the company's inception. 'Tis only fitting that you be at the present its end. And I would appreciate the support. Alrighty. Commander, you're alive. Ah, Naren too, I knew you'd scrape through. My splendid Crystal Braves, I have wronged you, all of you. My promises of glory and salvation brought you naught but blood and betrayal. But you're not hearing us complaining. 'Twas a sight messier than I expected, eh? But we're still fighting for the freedom of all, just like we swore, ain't that right, mates? Aye. You humble me. I'm truly blessed to have such steadfast comrades. It's with most profound regret that I must. That enough, Commander. We know that your mind to say, and we ain't having none of it. We talked it over, see, and we all agreed. You could take our uniforms and strip of our ranks, but we won't be no less of a company. But the Crystal Braves. Crystal Braves may be finished, but the ideas upon which the company was founded live on. They bind us to each other, and to you. Commander Alphanod, Our minds are made up, so ye may as well get used to it. Let us help the Scions. Let us help you find Mifune and the others. My friends, after all that's happened, I know not what to say. Looks like we still have some allies here. Hey, excuse me, I thought my tears spent. My grandfather used to say that one could measure a man by the consistency of his comrades. Mayhap I am the exception which proves the rule. Nay, do not protest. I know that I am not worthy of your loyalty on our end. As Thalak is my witness, I shall do everything in my power to earn it. I must speak of future plans with the remaining Braves. Any information we uncover on one of the missing Scions will need to be shared with our allies across the realm, specifically Uranger and Waking Sands, and Totaro and Ishgard. While you're organizing our various channels of communication, I ask you to call upon Master Garland at the Manufactory. I will join you in Ishgard as soon as I'm able. Alright. I believe it should be up this way. Narn, how in the seven hells do you do it? I was just about to send for you. We have but this moment completed the Mana Cutter's first successful test flight. A few minor adjustments, you shall be ready to go. While we see to the finishing touches, you may want to pay a visit to 4 Temps Manor. A Dragoon by the name of Esstein was looking for you. Esstein! You fulfilled your obligations to the Yadans, yes? Master Totaro has been keeping me apprised of the situation. Once I learned of these Mana Cutters of Master Garland's were nearing completion, I saw no reason to tarry in the mists. At the present, Nidhogg seems content to remain in the Eyrie, plotting his revenge. May not this be an apt moment to unfold our plans to Sir Emmerich? I think we have kept him in the dark long enough. Not actually sure where he would be. Okay, so down below somewhere, I assume. Off that way, okay. Sir Ermic has been eager to speak with you. Pray proceed.
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
Ah, the moment has come then.
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the mana cutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The area is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point. Were it not for Master Alphino's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Isar taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Estinian told.
Aye. 'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Hraesvelgr.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, the journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiaman, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Aye, that they would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus you believe an assault upon the area represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Estinian?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
You shall have my blade as well. There are more of these mana cutters to be had, yes?
Lord Commander, no!
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital. Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander. What? You too, Master Alphino? By the Fury! You have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
Your candor is appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
Well, my friend, it would seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers, and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
Alright, seems we have a big, great battle coming up. I picked Master Alphinaud's pride, I fear, but had I been less forceful, the boy would have insisted on accompanying us to the Eyrie. Don't think me blind to his talent. With a few more campaigns under his belt, I have no doubt that Alphinaud will make a fine field commander. One does not practice on an adversary such as Nidhogg. We shall be hard-pressed enough without the added worry of carrying out a novice. Ooh. We've tarried long enough. Let us call upon Master Garland and take possession of the Mana Cutters. Oh, an old friend. The Cutters are ready when you are. Fire adjustments cost us a few sleepless nights, but we got there in the end. Which means that you can get where you need to go. I tell you, these little beauties tear through the wind barrier like a serpent drill through cottage cheese. That, my friend, is the Garland Ironworks guarantee. You have our thanks. Come, Warrior Blight. The dread warmer waits. Alright, well, we're up against, we're up against a new, what is that? I'm assuming it's a trial, right? No? Oh, it's a dungeon, okay. That's curious. I was expecting it to be a trial against Nidhogg himself, but apparently we're going to have to fight through quite a few things to get to him. Okay, so I'm going to end the video off here, and next time we're going to be going into the Eyrie dungeon. So I'll see you guys then.